You're listening to Freezecast, a podcast discussing all the latest news and drama in the Toontown community. Hello guys. Welcome to the 7th episode of Freezecast, brought to you by Freeze Reacts. Stick around to learn more about that. Today, we will be discussing the long-term psychological effects of playing Toontown with a special guest, CoachZEvilTwin. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Mr. Evil Twin.
Just call me Nick.
Of course. So, Nick, do you think playing Toontown for the past 2 decades has affected your psyche?
Yeah, I think it has quite a bit, actually. I think anyone who's watched my videos from like 2020 onward would be able to attest to that fact.
Interesting. So how would you say Toontown has affected you psychologically?
There are many different... Wait, what was the question?
Noted. Anyway, the question was, how has Toontown affected you psychologically? Are you there?
For some people, excessive gaming, particularly in environments like Toontown, which involve social interactions and competition, can lead to issues such as addiction, social isolation, decreased self-esteem,
I'm going to stop you right there. You don't seem to be taking this interview seriously.
What do you mean? I'm taking this seriously.
Nice try, but I can tell your last answer was written by ChatGPT.
Okay, fine. It was. What are you going to do about it?
You're impossible. If you don't start taking this interview seriously, I'll kick you off the show.
Do you really think I want to be here?
Obviously not. But I don't care. It's time to talk about today's sponsor, Freeze Reacts. Freeze Reacts is the reaction branch of the Justice for Freeze movement, where we post reaction-based commentary content on many different videos. The channel has returned recently for Freeze February, and we have a lot of new content over there you might not have seen. Freeze Reacts has been kind enough to sponsor us again, so be sure to go check it out at the link below. Now, let's get back to the interview. Are you ready to answer the question, Nick?
Yeah, I guess.
Go ahead.
Well, Toontown is not a fun game at all. The main task line is a series of fetch quests, which makes it boring and tedious. Then once you get past the task line, all you can do is mindlessly grind out your cog suits and the activities, which I think would drive any sane person to insanity, who would want to do like 70 of each boss. And that's with stopping to get merits or cog bucks or what have you after each run. And don't even get me started on things like racing. Racing has to be the worst activity ever created by anyone ever.
Hello, Editing Freeze here. This whole spiel goes on for far too long. Over half an hour, actually. I literally fell asleep during the recording of this episode because I got so bored listening to this constant blabbering. So we're just going to skip ahead now.
Basically a giant cash grab, a scam. And yeah, that's pretty much how and why Toontown has had a negative impact on my life. You there, Freeze?
Huh. What? Oh, yeah, that's great. Thanks for sharing.
No problem. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss, or?
I'm going to be honest. I wasn't listening to most of that rant. I fell asleep.
Are you serious? That was literally my life story.
That's no surprise.
What are you talking about?
You said that extensive ramble was your life story. So you basically just admitted that Toontown is your life.
What? No, Shut up.
I'm only going off what you said.
Well, like I said before, this interview is stupid.
You might think so, but we're far from done. So can you describe some of the effects, either positive or negative, that Toontown has had on your mental state?
Oh, come on, not again.
Wait, are you playing Wizard 101?
Maybe?
No. I can't understand why anyone would ever want to play that game. I mean, there are much better options, like watching an actual movie, instead of a movie that's pretending to be a game.
Whatever. I don't really care.
You've clearly demonstrated your lack of care throughout this entire interview. Now, Would you please show some basic respect by answering the question?
Yes.
What? No. I mean the question I asked before.
I wasn't paying attention.
I asked you to describe some of the effects, whether they're positive or negative, that Toontown has had on your mental state.
Well, some of the positives are that Clash exists. It's pretty much the ideal Toontown server. They added so much new content and improved the game by...
My apologies, everyone. I didn't realize we were going to get a lecture from someone who apparently has a PhD in Clash apologetics.
Have you seen their 1.3 update?
Ugh, he's still going.
OCLO.
While we're waiting for this blabbermouth Clash apologist to finish his rambling, I'd like to conduct a survey. Who do you want to see on Freezecast next? Leave a comment below. Is he done yet?
I could talk for hours about how good that update was.
Oh yeah, that's really great that you like Clash so much.
I mean, it really is the definitive version of Toontown.
I disagree. Freezetown is gonna be way better.
What the is Freezetown?
Never mind. It's not important right now. We're too far off topic. And I'm more concerned with the fact that you just swore on a family-friendly podcast.
In case you're wondering, I'll be there in a minute, Freckle Slam. Just hold on. I promise I'll do it soon. Sorry about that. Freckle Slam paid me to do his laundry for him.
I understand. I think you've demonstrated the long-term psychological effects of playing Toontown quite clearly. So I suppose we can move on to some listener-submitted questions if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd really like to get this stupid interview over with.
Honestly, me too. You're probably the most annoying guest we've had so far. Not to mention the fact that you have absolutely no respect for this interview or justice as a whole.
Can you just shut up and get on with it?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. But fine. Our first question submitted by listeners is, will you do the Half-Life stream this year?
Of course not. Why would I do that? I know who is asking this question, so if you're listening, we also have a no money back guarantee, so thanks for the $100.
Are you saying you scam your viewers just to make a quick buck?
It's actually $100, but yes, I am.
That's disgusting. Next question. Did you pass elementary school?
I actually dropped out of first grade, so no on that one?
Wow, that must be a new record. Our third listener submitted question is, why do you play Wizard 101?
I mean, isn't that one obvious? Because I am so bad at every video game ever made that I just play MMORPGs to compensate. But I'm even bad at those too.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Next question, did you leave your oven on overnight?
I thought I turned it off. Let me go check. Well, that's not good. Wait, I know what to do.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Did he just... Oh my goodness. What just happened over there?
I'm okay. So, did you have any other questions, or...
Yes. I did. The next question from listeners is, are you a fat duck in real life?
No, I'm not a duck.
That only answers one part of the question.
No comment.
Okay. Well, the next question is, are you a tune-up bot in real life as well?
Funny story. I recently appeared in court for blasting confetti out of a cannon at random passersby.
That's no surprise. Tune-up is like the only gag track you ever use when you play Corporate Clash.
Yeah, because nobody ever tells me what I'm supposed to do.
It's Toontown. It should be self-explanatory.
Well, Clash added all these super complicated bosses.
Turn cycles and hitting the boss until it dies are not complicated.
Whatever, next question.
Okay, calm down. Because you green so much on Toontown. Do you try to green people in real life too?
I don't think I like where this is going. I plead the fifth.
Last question, are the bomb allegations real?
No, of course not. Why would they be real?
Then why have you been censoring all the questions about the topic? It seems to me like you're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug.
They're not real, and that's final. If you don't edit this part out of the episode, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Would that be Dave?
What? No, Dave's not a real. Forget it. what the heck? Who are you? I am you from the future. Future Slowpoke? You're real. Of course, I'm real, you idiot. Now come with me. We have a lot of work to do to fix this timeline once and for all. You can't just... Hey.
I'm not the only one who just heard that, right? Well, anyway, that was Coach Z's evil twin, everyone. Hopefully he, fixes the timeline soon. I don't know, but in the meantime, be sure to check out our sponsor Freeze Reacts for commentary content from the Justice for Freeze organization. And tune in next time when we'll have a special guest on to discuss how to make and keep promises when creating a Toontown server. This has been Freezecast Episode 7. Freeze signing off.
Funding for this episode of Freezecast is made possible in part by Freeze Reacts and by listeners like you. Thank you. Freezecast is written and produced by Mr. Freeze for Justice for Freeze. This podcast is a parody meant for entertainment purposes only. The creators of Freezecast do not condone the harassment of anyone appearing in or mentioned in this podcast. Freezecast is a work of fiction. All characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Thank you for listening to Freezecast.